Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato. Happy Halloween. Welcome back to Let's Play Dracula Origin. Let's head into the Blood Rocks. See what's going on. Climb our rope of mummy bandages. Now, we got a few things we got to do. Finally open this door. And you'll notice that all the things we gotta use, we have the sun.
I found it.
Silver coin.
There.
Mirror.
There.
Garlic.
Perfect.
And holy water are all things that vampires are weak to.
There. All of the artifacts are placed. Now I must utter the words that Herodotus taught me. Delen dagrum balarum veritas grum blevader trugrum fugnurat
Klatu varata nikto kala ingmar thako. Ooh.
A broken statue of the god Chemicle.
Ah, it wasn't a typo. Alright.
There is something inside.
You go get it.
A copper debit.
Ooh.
The same as the one in the museum.
Alright, now, we remember the inscription said, I thought it was the head of the Seeker, but it was actually Sekat. It said that there's a weapon in his head, so let's go get that. Hassan Chop.
A spearhead, lavishly decorated and extremely solid. Despite the absence of a drought, the water whirls around.
There's a bowl.
This might be useful. I am taking it.
Anything else here?
These hieroglyphs remind me of something. Think.
Documents. Okay, there we go. Swivel, head, knives, burger. Alright, squiggle, head, sphinx, knives, burger, doodad.
There. Perfect.
I remember this a lot more than I'm better at getting a lot better at these. And I remember a thing asked for a Hinu of blood. Unfortunately, we have a Hinu pot, so we're gonna take some blood. Also, while we're here, we're gonna take this broken bit of column.
This could come in handy.
Gonna look at this
They are
monkey.
Egyptian sculptures, but they are oddly horrible and obscene.
It says the same thing on this one.
It consists of a partially broken, yet still solid funerary barge. If I break these supports, I could cause the boat to fall. If I break these...
Okay, I can take this, I guess.
This could come in handy.
And while we're here, we may as well hit this.
There. Perfect.
I'm gonna put this in.
There. Perfect.
And we're going to take the metal bar, stick that in.
Now, will this work?
No, because it has nowhere to go, and so we're gonna leave it for now. Next.
The surface here seems to be very straight. I can place my scale.
So that is what we shall do. With the help of a scale and certain objects I must collect, I should be able to obtain a debit of gold that is 13.6 grams. So we're going to want to, in one place, the copper debit, and the other copper debit, and the other the silver stiletto. Then we add gold to the stiletto until it balances out. And since the gold showed up and the number showed up, it means we got it right. So we take the gold with this Chinese restaurant spoon. It looks like they give you to eat soup with in Chinese and Vietnamese restaurants, mainly Vietnamese. And now that we have a Hino of blood, we'll put that in the whirlpool.
Perfect. On to the next step.
We're going to also add a gold debit.
The basin, it changes into sand. What is this enchantment? A drawing of 3 pyramids, each bathed in a beam of light. Rather strange. I don't see anything. I need light.
And light we shall have, sir.
Apparently, I must find the right pyramids. Let's see.
So to do this, it's a shadow-based puzzle. You're going to want to set this to the middle, and then test pyramids. This one is perfect. Next one. Got to find one where the shadow matches up to the shape.
There.
That was way easier than I thought it would be. And it'll only leave those pyramids. And you have to lay them out on the sand in the proper order. There's the itty bitty one. And the medium one. And you'll know right away if you do it right. Trust me on this. Opens up a secret door.
I have found it. The order of the pyramids at Giza. And that triggers the opening of the secret door.
Freaking somehow. Now we're going to pull down on this. No, go on its merry voyage. Ooh,
It is moving.
spooky.
Perfect. Mind, this calls for extreme diligence.
I can imagine. Ooh, crocodile. And a skeleton.
Oh, this spot is infested with crocodiles. Impossible to pass.
That's why we have the boat, sir.
But there is someone inside. Or rather, an infernal being,
Ooh.
if I am to believe the inhuman cries that emit from within.
Ooh, it's a mummy. For my stay in Cairo on my quest for Dracula, I will keep a terrible but extraordinary memory. I must record it in these pages so that it is known what danger the world faces at the hands of this monster. In the last burial chamber in the vampire's temple, I was witness to the results of a failed attempt at achieving immortality. A partially open stone tomb held prisoner one of these creatures of the devil, a creature that must have once been human. It moaned and groaned in a horrible way. I understood now that it was condemned for all time to what Dracula calls a non-death, an external life in the depths of a despicable cave, living off the blood of victims who go there to die, the tomb raiders who end up there by chance. So we're going to want to cross the boat. Can't interact with the Skelly there, nor would we want to. Now we got some mist here, so the solution to that is surprisingly not what you'd think of. Take the broken sphinx and use it on the mist.
The spell is broken. I can advance.
Now here in Manhattan, the spell is broken, and we live again. Dun 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 dun. Bloody pentagram and some papyri. Let's take them.
Papyri. In a
It's
language that
Anubis.
is completely unknown to me. The ground is trembling. Quick, we must leave without delay.
Agreed. You want to see Van Helsing's hurried, urgent walk? Identical to his normal walk. Let's talk to Herodotus, our good friend. I like Herodotus. I like people in adventure games who are actually nice to us. It's such a rarity. Hey there, how you doing?
I penetrated the secret of the tomb and left what was found behind the cross under the protection of the holy relics. I brought back these parchments, in which may be written the way to save my friend from the curse. But I do not understand this language. Can you translate?
These texts were composed in my order's ancient secret language, forgotten centuries ago. I would be incapable of translating the slightest word, my son. I wish I could have helped you.
That's okay.
My quest is at an end then, and it is a failure laden with consequences. My young friend is condemned even if I had done everything to save her.
There may yet be a hope, my child, but a slim one. 20 years ago, a European monk by the name of Brother Alberto came to stay with us for a time while on a pilgrimage. He seemed to have a thorough understanding of us, and I seem to recall that he said something about understanding the rudiments of this ancient language. But Brother Alberto confided this on the eve of his departure, and we never knew anything further.
That's a shame.
I don't know if this monk is still living, as he seemed to be even older than myself. But if he is, I think he would surely be found at the heart of the abbey where he worked as an illuminator. He said it was St. Carousel Abbey in Vienna, capital of the Austrian Empire.
Fascinating.
Thank you for this information, Herodotus of Judah. I will go immediately to pack my affairs and leave. We are not likely to meet again, so farewell, my friend.
I must thank you, my child, and do not say goodbye. Who knows if we are going to the heaven or not?
I must find this Mustafa.
We've talked to Mustafa several times. You know him. You're staying at his house. But anyway, probably just a recycled voice line. He's got to say our goodbyes to Mustafa, unfortunately. I quite like him. He's cool.
Here, Effendi. This arrived for you. The director of the museum sent it here.
Ooh, thank you.
By the by, I have made inquiries about your niece, and I have good news for your cousin, and for you by the same token.
Ah, yes?
Listen, know that your niece is far from here now, but that she is very, very happy. The stranger who you saw her with the other night is none other than a European prince of royal blood who fell in love with her at first sight.
Royal blood?
Yes, but lower your voice. They were solemnly united in accordance with the prince's vows, but the news is not yet
He
official.
started with mostly the truth, now he's telling bald-faced lies without any indication. I think Van Helsing's a sociopath.
The prince is very powerful, and the fact of making this union public under the current circumstances could have considerable political consequences here and, above all, in Europe.
That explains everything. But if I recount this to my cousin, he will never believe me.
Well, what about this gold dust?
This is what the prince has left for the family of his beloved. For he who will be charged with officially announcing the news, you in this case, this sachet of fine gold dust.
Also, the diamond necklace we got for no reason.
The prince had this jewel purchased here. The large stone that you see there is an uncut diamond of the purest clarity. Your cousin will be able to feed his family until the end of his days without having to tap dance ever again.
How to thank you, Effendi?
No need, just take care of yourself, my dude.
Prepare my effects, and when the muezzin calls, say a prayer for me. Your God and mine will not be too many to help me in what I have to do.
Same god, but whatever.
This letter received in Egypt was cause for great concern. Seward blames me for Mina's sudden change for the worse. Unrelenting fevers were causing her terrible pain and provoking serious fits of delirium, wherein she claimed to want to undertake a voyage east in order to rejoin her lord and master.
Was she allowed why?
I asked Seward to join me in Vienna with Mina, if he judged her able to travel. He gave me the address of his hostess, Duchess Orlovsky, whom I count upon reaching right after I visit the location where I hope to find Brother Alberto, St. Carousel Abbey.
Alright.
But will all of these efforts be sufficient?
Dracula's
At this
Necronomicon. That's not
exact
good.
moment, Dracula is sinking his blood-red eyes into the frightful text, making him more demented, stronger, and even more dangerous.
Really cool vest, though. Now, I do appreciate that it's not ripping off exactly the Indiana Jones map screen.
I don't understand it. Despite the fact that she hasn't eaten for several days, she seems to be in perfect health. It's as if this trip east has nourished her. But her mental state is calamitous. She appears to suffer from atrocious pain and nightmares that aren't improving. Poor child. My respects, Duchess.
Hello, Professor. Our patient is finally asleep, if only for a short time. So have you been lucky enough to meet your monk this afternoon?
Apparently not.
No more yesterday, nor this morning. And the attitude of these monks leaves me perplexed. They have categorically denied me entrance into the enclosure of the abbey, and absolutely no chance of meeting the Father Superior, or Brother Alberto. I do not know what to think. Did you spend some time at the Science University beside the Abbey, Seward? Can you recall a more bizarre religious order?
My presence here was entirely devoted to study, Professor. I don't recall even having had occasion to speak with a lovely waitress, much less a monk.
And your husband, Duchess? Did he have anything to do with the Abbey?
My husband was a man of science, and his connection with spirituality was tenuous at best. No, there's nothing I can tell you.
Brother Alberto is our only hope. I must keep thinking. There must be a way to enter into the Abbey and find the monk, if he exists. What do you think, Seward?
Break and enter into a holy place? That's taking the scientific method to the extreme. But wait, yes,
I remember when I visited the university with Professor Orlovsky. He said that originally the Abbey and the university were one single large building.
Useful,
It was
useful.
much later that the clergy signed over to the city the part that comprises the university. The professor specified that there is one door that allows communication between the two. In the library, I think. But the heads of the university forbade its use in quite strong terms. Could this be a possible point of further research?
I would have to get into the library, then find the door that will take me to the Abbey. Well done, Seward. Did your husband keep a key to the university, Duchess?
Well, not officially, of course, but I happen to know that he possessed a key, unbeknownst to the authorities of the university, which gave access to the library from this room, in order to study even more than the official hours would permit him. After he retired, he made plans to donate the key to one of his students, the one amongst his chemistry class who would succeed in a little challenge. I saw him prepare this test. Everything was to take place in this room, but he passed away before having given the test, and the key is still here, although I don't know where.
We will have to find out. We absolutely must get into the library. Well, I shall continue to search.
La, la,
Nice voice.
la, la, la,
What a lovely, lovely voice.
la, 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 la.
What is that tune that you are humming?
My husband played it on the piano in his later days.
Interesting clue. That is a clue, by the way.
Well, I shall continue to search.
Duchess Orlovsky often hums a tune, the favorite of her late husband. The tune is composed of the following notes: C, G, D sharp, F, D, A sharp, C2.
Yes, Professor?
Well, I shall continue to search.
Roses.
Lovely flowers. They seem to resemble those that I saw at Mina's, but these seem to come from wild rose bushes.
Now, it seems, I know, that the puzzle is to hit the piano keys in the correct order to unlock something. It's not quite that Resident Evil, but it is silly nonetheless. And, like, overly too much time on his hands, this guy.
An octave. It is the only tune that I know how to play. It consists of a chemistry treatise in German. Curious. It is stained with white and black paint.
And these are the colors that the various chemical compounds are coated in. Ethanol is violet, dioxygen is pink, yada yada yada.
A small chemistry laboratory. It seems to be set up for a specific use. I am missing certain pieces of information.
And look at the picture of piano.
I see chemical formulas in this painting. It is not an abstract work. It is part of the riddle. I will recopy all of
I mean,
that.
it's definitely not abstract, it's clearly piano keys, but... Hey, can I use a chemistry set?
La, la.
This is a strange painting. Who did it?
My husband, during his brief retirement. I had never seen him paint prior to that.
Well, I shall continue to search.
Yes, Professor?
Well,
La.
well,
Alright, let's get chemistrying. This is a little complicated, so I'm going to be consulting the guide for it.
a small chemistry laboratory. It seems to be set up for a specific use.
Ba-ba-bum. Dr. Arlovsky's chemistry laboratory seems set up for a specific use. The colored test tubes are chemical solutions, the result of powders dissolved in water. If you dip the strip of paper in certain test tubes and in the correct order, it is apparent that a result will appear. It's up to me to find. Okay, so the answer is yellow, which would be sodium chromate. Blue, which would be copper sulfite penthydrite. Green, which would be nickel oxide. Black, that being manganese dioxide. Red, which would be mercury sulfide. Orange, sodium dichromate. And white, which would be titanium dioxide.
I found it. Perfect. On to the next step.
Much less frustrating than the chemistry puzzle from Dracula 3, if I may say so. There's a safe hidden in here.
No, it would be better to let Mina rest.
Now we actually have the combination now. It is 2.
Perfect. On to the next step.
6.
Perfect. On to the next step.
8.
Perfect. On to the next
Yeah,
step.
the pH the litmus test results from the chemical solutions which you find by the keyboard the keyboard keys of the song that was being hummed somehow is the answer to the safe combination. 12.
Perfect. On to the next step.
14.
Perfect. On to the next step.
15.
Perfect. On to the next step.
And 18. Ka-chunk.
Open. The key is here. Perfect. And a letter from Duke Orlovsky.
Congratulations, Professor.
It will not be long until it is pitch black. I will go to the university's library. Give my regards to the Duchess Seward. If I don't return...
You will return, Professor.
Okay, we got nothing. We have to actually look in the vault.
A small, flat piece of wood, resembling an angel.
Congratulations, my dear student. You are henceforth the proprietor of one of the library keys. It will serve you, I am sure, as it did myself and your other elders in the past, to push even further in the search for knowledge. Read, study without cease. A lifetime will not suffice to deplete all of the knowledge contained in books. A brilliant career is ahead of you, and only one door takes you there, that of the library. The shadow, however, comes to masses radiant vision. Not from books, but from the room itself. Numerous noises circulate in the hallways of the university. It is said that certain students who suddenly abandoned their studies never returned to their families. For the most part, these young men were serious students, having taken the initiative of working in the library during the night hours. Baker, a somewhat eccentric chemistry student whose best friend thus disappeared without leaving an address, was in the process of searching for an explanation to this affair. I overheard him talking to himself the other day, speaking of angels and demons. By the grace of luck, I came across a strange piece of wood. Could it have a connection with all that? You represent the future of our dear institution, and this will be more useful to you than myself in my old age. May a brilliant future be yours, and in the interval, act with prudence. Okay. And do we get the key in the angel too, or do we spearhead, hammer? She has a really good point. I should clean up my inventory. There we go. Papyrus, key, angel. Alright, we got all the stuff.
Yes, Professor?
Well, nothing to say to you. Can you talk to the Duchess at all?
La la.
Nothing worth talking about. Alright.
This door is solid and definitely locked. Do you know where it leads to, Duchess?
To the university, the library, I believe. Officially, however, we don't have the right to use it.
But I'm gonna take the key, use the key, and in we go. Ooh, it's a big place.
Now I must discover the secret door between the university library and the abbey.
There's a lot of stuff to look at.
Something is hung on this chandelier, but it is too high. This staircase is on wheels. I can push it if need be.
There's a lot here.
Curious. Someone must have hastily interrupted their study on this poor frog. This might be useful. I am taking it.
I'm glad Van Helsing here is completely devoid of scruples.
This might be useful. I am taking it. Closed. A small, flat piece of wood, resembling an angel.
Ooh.
This crank seems to be connected to a complex system of pulleys and ropes. Let us see.
Ooh, dragons on the banister. That's really cool.
This mechanism simply serves to lower the central chandelier.
Ooh, there's a little stick here. Can you take it?
This could come in handy.
There's a golf club.
A map of Europe. Interesting.
Austria, Germany, Belgium, Hungary, Carpathan. Romania.
That's it.
Aha.
Transylvania is of note.
Take the thing.
A wooden angel, the same as Duchess Orlovsky's.
What's this? Oh, another angel.
A wooden angel, the same as Duchess Orlovsky's.
And this, despite the knavery of the Machiavellian B. Van Hoos, the crossbow as weapon of predilection wasn't a random choice, requiring less space to operate than a bow. It possesses a far superior range and ballistic precision. Like all missile propellers, it enabled one to conquer an enemy with more force than otherwise without taking a risk, and penetrating force of its arrows permitted it to pierce practically any kind of armor. Deadly and silent, the crossbow possesses, in brief, one advantage that no other weapon has in our era: an immediate response to the decision-making. Barely have you decided to kill your enemy, then the bolt departs and he is dead. Aesthete in my soul, I often precede the dispatch of the bolt with the phrase that made me a legend and which I give title to this work.
This book is written in old Gothic characters and seems quite ancient.
Okay, so we have a...
All of these books are interesting, but there is nothing that can help me.
all those books you've read simply by looking at the covers. Let's see what's over here. Why, you want to take his pants?
Certain students have a sense of humor. These braces could come in handy.
Oh, he was dressed up like that. Alright.
Ivory, shark's teeth. Nothing that can be of interest to me here.
Just exploring a little. Ooh.
Curious. There is something here.
Ooh. Weird medical
These
things.
jars are dedicated to biology, monstrosities, and other eccentricities of nature.
Fun, fun. What do you got?
There is something not natural in this jar. I cannot break it, and the stopper is forced in. How to open it?
Poker?
I must invent a system to pull the stopper from this jar.
Breaking it is somehow not an option. Bloodstains.
A bloody palm
Ooh.
print.
What's this?
Some characters are missing. If I find and replace them, what will happen?
Alright. Got angels and bats. Oh, I see. So we're missing 1, 2, 3 angels and a demon. Understood.
I must determine exactly where I need to place this rolling staircase.
We put that in our inventory?
Something is hung.
I'm sorry, we put the rolling staircase in our inventory. How?
There. Perfect.
Oh, there's an angel up there.
A wooden angel. The same as Duchess Orlovsky's.
Anything else in here to look at?
Curious. A beautiful collection of large butterflies. They are of a rare beauty. One of them is very uncommon. Open.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
A small, flat piece of wood, resembling an angel.
Anything else worth looking at here? Nah, it doesn't look like it.
All of these books are interesting.
Just gonna put what we found into the portrait, and then we're probably gonna call it a video and get back to exploring this place tomorrow. Or next time.
Open. I am in need of something.
Tweezers, of course.
A wooden demon, of the same feel as the angel found at Duchess Orlovsky's.
And we're gonna put what we have in the display, and then call it a video.
Some characters are missing.
No, this is the last piece.
Perfect. On to the next step.
Ooh, spooky. But we'll explore...
Damnation! The door has closed. I am at last in the St. Carousel Abbey.
But we'll explore this spooky place next time. Till then, I've been Merrick D'Amato, and happy Halloween. Ciao! Hi! Thanks for watching. This has been played and recorded by me, Merrick D'Amato. The art was by Rafael Agrona. You can find a link to their commission page in the description below. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time. Ciao!